You have a choice. You can have me, or you can have your dogs, your cats, your minor birds, and your sheep. That's it!
We were on Season 2, Episode 16 of Tales from the Darkside. This one's called Printer's Devil, and is another story about a down-on-his-luck writer, which we have seen many times throughout this series, probably because they're written by down-on-their-luck writers. This guy's name is Junior Harmon, and it starts with him frantically running around his apartment, trying to find the check that was owed to him 2 weeks ago. He says he hasn't eaten in 3 days. He checks the mail and finds that all of his bills are past due.
Jump. Gas bill. Electric bill. Jump. Telephone disconnect. Jump.
And so he hears an advertisement on the radio.
I'm Alex Calloway, and I'm here to tell you that if you can write your own name, I can make you a success in a publishing game.
That promises that if he comes down to the office of Alex Calloway, that Alex Calloway will make him rich and make his dreams come true. So he takes a chance. He has nothing else to lose.
What the hell is this?
This measures your S rating.
The commentary continues about the writing industry, as Alex Calloway mentions that it really has nothing to do with talent or the ability to write a good story, but instead relies on magic. In this case, dark magic. This episode was written by Ron Gillard, the co-writing credit to John Harrison, and also directed by John Harrison. Ron Gillard also wrote a similar story in the series Monsters that I covered before called Werewolf in Hollywood. That was about how the writing industry in Hollywood was run by werewolves.
I see you going right to the top. You could work your way up to producer around here.
It's not enough, Billy.
Really? I see. And just what would make it enough?
I want to direct.
What is it with you guys? Everybody wants to direct!
That had a particularly funny and poignant scene. It seemed like Ron Gillard was himself a struggling writer and really took that out in his stories. He wrote some episodes of Thundercats before going on to write for Tales from the Darkside, Monsters, and later the William Shatner TV show Tech War and video game. Alex Calloway, looking and acting like a fatter Alex Jones, knows everyone in the industry, and Harmon mentions that there's someone that owes him money. So Alex Calloway has the perfect way to get this guy to pay Harmon for his work.
Have you ever wondered how all those bestsellers get published? Did you ever think it was talent or art had anything to do with it?
No.
Magic.
What?
Magic.
Stabbing you than she does at home. The only way I know I'm married is the credit
safety
card
pin?
bills that come
No.
in the mail. And the writers, they all think they're Hemingway. Tried to hold me up for $500.
You sound like you're in pain.
It's these damn ulcers. I got ulcers from oh.
Yes, well, tough times don't last, so they say. But I sacrifice.
Huh?
The good book says here that animal sacrifice is...
So Alex Calloway wants Junior Harmon to do animal sacrifices so that his scripts get bought, they get made into movies, and he can write bestsellers. Because that's the way you make it in Hollywood. The rest of this episode is played for laughs as we see him have a Dr. Dolittle type zoo at his apartment. Now, supposedly he is very, very rich at this point, so I'm not sure why he couldn't just buy a big house, have the animals in the backyard, have the animals in a separate stable, buy another house, pay someone to take care of the animals, but obviously, I'm overthinking this. He's in the same apartment that he was before, except for now he has goats, dogs, and as we saw at the beginning, sheep. This is driving his newly found girlfriend crazy.
You're history, pal. Lamb chops and mutton stew. But we live in a zoo, a godforsaken zoo!
And he realizes, just like a lot of people do in Hollywood, that this really isn't worth it. So he cancels his contract with Alex Calloway, and he goes back to being poor again. Now, I'm not sure why he couldn't have saved up some money. Probably should have squirreled some of that money away and invested in some index funds, but another commentary about how you can actually get some hits in Hollywood. But if those hits stop coming, you can go back to where you were before. Since it's hard to get a really consistent stream of income. So Printer's Devil is going to get a 5. We've seen this type of commentary before, and I think it was actually done better in Werewolf of Hollywood, which Ron Gillard wrote a few years after this episode. that had a lot more biting sarcasm, was funnier, and actually had a real monster. The tone of this episode is inconsistent, deals with darker subject matter than Tales from the Darkside usually goes, dealing with animal sacrifices and then ending with him killing his girlfriend. You see all this stuff off screen, so there's no blood in this episode at all, but it's kind of played for laughs, but there really isn't any jokes, just that he has goats running around and that people will literally kill to get into Hollywood. So Printer's Devil is going to remain at a 5. It kind of gets lost in the shuffle. The main character, Junior Harmon, is played by Larry Maniti, who's most known for being in the 80s show Magnum P.I. in all 158 episodes, alongside Tom Selleck, who played the very manly Thomas Magnum. Next up is episode 17 of season 2 of Tales from the Darkside, The Shrine, about a scary ghost girl who comes back to visit her bedroom. This one's written by Joel Selbo again, but she actually has some help from Pamela Sargent, and Joel Selbo only did the teleplay, Pamela Sargent doing the story, so this one's not too bad. Alright, that's it for this episode. Check out our playlist for all episodes of Cowboy Bebop, Monsters, Tales from the Darkside, and Fear Itself in their original orders. See you next week for The Shrine.
Just